So I found this campsite. I drove down like a lot of unpaved road. The roads weren't too bad. They got a lot of rain here recently though, so I got to where this campsite is. You can kind of see right here, this is the path to up to where the like parking site is, and it's pretty washed out. But since I have a truck, I think I've figured out a way through this. I've walked up there, I've tested the ground, and it seems like it's dry and solid enough to where I can drive up it. And then once I'm up there, there's like a big turnaround, so that shouldn't be a big deal. But I'm gonna try and get my truck up there, so we'll see how that goes. It's always a fun surprise to see what it looks like in the trailer once you get to your destination. And so far, alright, we got my sweatshirt on the ground, I got my Kindle over here because I didn't pack that well enough, I guess. My Blue Eddy shifted a bit, but that's not terrible. I think we're doing pretty good actually. We still got everything kind of where it's supposed to be. Ranger's taking a drink. So at my campsite, I have this hill behind me. They did a lot of logging here, I guess, so that's what you're kind of seeing here. There's a lot of the bark and everything that's left behind, but I'm curious as to what is over this ridge, what I can see when I get up there. So that's what Ranger and I are going to do. Since my first trailer trip where I forgot any means of making coffee, this time I made sure that I had more than enough ways to make coffee. So this style of French press is really cool. It's almost like a Yeti type French press. It's got like a grippy bottom to it. This little guy opens up and has like a seal on it, so it keeps it nice and warm in there. And you just unscrew it, put your coffee and water in, and then you'll push that down. And then I have this pour over style. You just put it on top of a cup on your mug, and then you put your coffee grinds right in there, and the little filter in the middle filters it out. That one's nice and handy. And then if I want to go like backpacking, or if I want to make like a shot of espresso, I got this AeroPress, which is really nice as well. You put a little filter in there. You can put as much or as little coffee grounds as you want. And then you just fill it with your water and you compress it down over a cup and you're good to go. Creepy cavern, check. So I have stopped in the mountains of New York. I'm here visiting some family, and a longtime neighbor of ours has been gracious enough to let me stay on her property, which I am just in love with. I have a river right in front of me, so when I'm falling asleep, I can hear it. I have my trailer in a field, so Ranger has plenty of room to run around in. The weather here has been a lot cooler than down south, which I personally love because I am more of a northern kind of girl. I enjoy it being a little cooler, putting a wool blanket on my bed and just getting all snuggly with Ranger. So I've been enjoying it here. I made some improvements to the trailer since my last long trip, so I'll show you guys what those are. So one of the improvements that I made to my trailer was putting this trim at the head of my bed. It's trim that I saw at the store when I was building the trailer, and I just thought it was so pretty with that leaf and vine pattern that I really wanted to find a way to put it into the trailer. So I got myself a length of it, I stained it. I also used a wood burner to kind of trace through the design as well, so that it kind of stands out more, and I'm really happy with the way it came out. I had a little bit left over, so I painted it a lighter color and I put it over here by the door. One of the other improvements that I made for my drawers were to put latches on them so they won't open when I'm driving. I tried a different kind of latch first that went on the inside of the drawer, and it kind of stopped it when it pulled out like an inch or so, but that didn't really work that well with the type of drawers I have. So I got these little barrel latches right here. They were originally what I wanted to use, but I realized that they wouldn't end up flush with the drawer. I've made little cubes of wood. I could paint them, put them right next to the drawer, and then install the latch right on top of them, and so that they meet right up with the drawer and they stop the drawer from opening. So I just have to slide it back. My drawer opens, and then just make sure that they're locked when I go to drive. The other improvement that I made was this drawer front used to be kind of cockeyed, but I was able to take it off and then make it a lot straighter and reinstall it, and it looks a lot better now. I wanted a little place to put like pictures and stickers and things when I travel, so I put up this little whiteboard here. I got some little magnets to put pictures up with, and then I can also write myself like memos or anything like that on it. So unfortunately, my trailer doesn't have the best shock absorption. So while I'm driving, everything in the trailer is pretty much just vibrating and moving around and rubbing against each other. So if you want your stuff to last, you really have to think about how you're going to pack it. So I went ahead and put some kind of like drawer liner, some grippy drawer liner in all my cabinets, in the drawers. I try to pack everything in nice and tight so it's not moving around too much. As opposed to like a van has a lot better shocks on it, so I don't think that happens as much, but it's definitely something you have to think about if you're doing a trailer versus a van. Even having Ranger's treat jar in this little shelf up here, you can see that it's got these lines kind of rubbed and scratched into it from just sitting up there during travels. So after I had all that dust in my trailer after driving through the dust storm, I tried to figure out a way to seal my vents better. I thought about something from the outside, but that really wouldn't work at all. So I came upon these vent covers, and they're really cool because a lot of vent covers you have to put pieces of Velcro around your vent, and I really didn't want to do that because I didn't like the way it looked. But I found these vent covers, and so they come in these neat little travel bags, so when you're not using them, they fold up and you just pull them out, and they're really good quality. They're very thick, very insulated, and they've got magnets all the way around the edges. So what you do is you take that collar down out of your ceiling, and you're going to attach magnets to the underside of it and then reinstall it into your ceiling. So then you just attach it to your ceiling. It's so cool. So if I know that I'm going to be traveling through bad weather or dust storms, I can put this up, and then I know that at least the dirt is being trapped up in here for when I stop. I can take this down, clean it out, shake it out, and it should be a lot more contained than getting it all over the trailer. The other thing that these are good for is keeping it warmer in my trailer. So eventually I'm gonna have that little wood stove, and that'll be good too because it'll help keep the heat in once it rises. It's not just gonna escape through my vent. So having these on a cold night right now when I don't have any heat is really helpful. So I got one for the front vent and one for the back vent. So one of the other improvements I made to my trailer was putting up bookshelves on both of my cabinets. So I noticed that my books were kind of moving around a lot when I would pack up and drive to another place. So I really wanted some bookshelves where I could just tuck them up there and I'd be able to reach them from my bed, and they'd kind of be safe up there while I'm traveling. Since I was traveling around a lot more now, I didn't have as much access to tools in order to make these bookshelves. So I actually found a little wooden crate at a craft store, and it fit just perfectly for the space I needed it to. And so I cut it in half, I stained it, drilled some pocket holes so that I could install it here to my cabinets, and it just works perfectly. I also tried to secure some of my larger items underneath my bed here a little bit better. I put up these little eyelet holes here and got some bungee cords. So there's one on top and then there's one down below here as well. So I can secure my solar panel, a little table, my little outdoor table.